Hi, I'm Rachel, and this is Breathe at Home. And this is going to be a reflection on self compassion, very much inspired by the amazing Kristen Neff. So, if you're familiar with her work, this might sound pretty familiar. And if not, I highly encourage you to look up some of the research and work that she's done around self compassion because it is a beautiful practice to get into. So, grab a pen and paper and fold your page hot dog, hamburger so that there's 4 quadrants, or draw a crisscross. And then if you want to surround yourself with the things that make you feel really good, a candle, a blanket, tea, coffee, go ahead and pause the recording and grab those things. Really surround yourself with a feeling of support today, and then start the video back up. And if you are ready to go, I want you to, on the top of the page, not in any of the quadrants, just along the top, write where in your life are you being hard on yourself right now? And allow what comes up to come up on the page, and we will use that as our topic to play with for this reflection. Where in your life are you being hard on yourself right now? All right. So in the first quadrant, I want you to claim the self-criticism. So I want you to really zero in on the arena where you're being hard on yourself and what it is that you are saying to yourself. And I want you to write it down. I am experiencing a moment of what? I am experiencing a moment of self-criticism, a moment of self-doubt, a moment of comparison. Whatever feels like your verbiage, I want you to just claim it in a statement. I am experiencing a moment of what? And go ahead and write that in the first quadrant. All right. And then in the second quadrant, I want you to ask yourself, can you think of anyone else in your experience? It might be somebody you know personally. It might be an acquaintance. It might be somebody that you don't know personally, but you're aware of, like a famous person or a friend of a friend. Maybe think of or call up a person or people who have maybe experienced this before, that you think may have or have. And just write down their names and the details that feel important to just note. These other people have experienced this. Who else do you know that's experienced what you're going through? And I invite you to not get too hung up on proving it out in your head. If it feels like that might be the case, just go with it. Right now, this is a practice in being able to recognize our common humanity and recognize that sometimes when we're experiencing times when we're hard on ourselves, we can isolate and feel like it's only happening to us, or we're the only ones that are experiencing this. And this reflection in quadrant 2 is about recognizing that we're actually experiencing something that is a universal human experience. And sometimes we forget that. So, who are the other people that might be also experiencing this or have experienced it before that you know of or you think you know of? If you need more time, go ahead and pause and then come back when you're ready. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the third quadrant. And in this area, when we think about the statement that we made in the first quadrant, I am experiencing a moment of this, I want you to recall or call up any evidence against you being that thing. So we claimed the statement that you're experiencing a moment of this, and sometimes we can over-identify with the way in which we're being hard on ourselves, the thing. And so I want you to just take a minute, and whether it is self-criticism around a certain thing or whatever it is, I want you to look at and examine and give yourself some examples of the evidence against it. So if you were telling yourself, I'm not very good at meditating, I'm terrible at it, in fact, what's the evidence against that? See what comes up for you. What's the proof and the evidence against the thing that you're wrestling with, that you're being hard on yourself for? How might it be untrue? And if you need more time with this section, go ahead and pause the video. Otherwise, we'll move on to quadrant 4. And here, I want you to think about how you could be kind to yourself in this moment in regards to this situation. What would you say to somebody that you really cared about who might be going through this situation. What do you need to hear right now to know that you are loved and you are enough and you are worthy in this moment? How could you be kind to yourself in this moment? And when you've written that down, I invite you to place your left hand on your heart and read that statement that you wrote to yourself, either out loud or in your head, and allow yourself to really breathe it into your heart space and resonate throughout your whole body. Feeling some self-compassion for you, for your human experience, for the areas about you where you might be hard on yourself, for the fact that you are a human that is sometimes hard on yourself, recognizing the universality of being a human, doing your best, making mistakes, and learning how to love yourself through them. How could you be kind to yourself in this moment? And sometimes if I don't have time to go through all of that, I'll literally just lean into that question. How could I be kind to myself in this moment when I'm feeling off or I'm sensing that I'm being a little bit tough on myself? It's a chance to just remember that it's okay. Like we sometimes we get so sucked into it and we want to fix it and we want to be better right now. And we forget that before we can actually be better, we need to just acknowledge where we've been. And through that acceptance, we can actually be kind to ourselves. And the other steps, the other quadrants are chances to explore and reflect and tease out proof. So if you're like, I want to be kind to myself, but I'm still like, how could I have done that? You can kind of take some of those other steps to really claim this is just a moment. This is a moment that I'm experiencing. This isn't everything. This is just a moment. Can I be here and accept that? And remembering I'm not the only one. Every human has the capacity to experience literally everything. So while the form of your experience might be unique to you, the essence of that experience is universal. Everyone knows pain. Everyone knows embarrassment and shame. And so you're in good company, remembering that. And then unproving or finding evidence against the thing that you're being really hard on yourself for. Or another way of looking at that is, how could it have been a gift that happened? And it's just to get us thinking about something different so we don't pigeonhole ourselves so much into we're bad and broken and unfixable and all that. That doesn't serve much. So, and then of course, how can you be kind to yourself in this moment always? So thank you for your courageous reflection with me. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. I am Rachel, and this is Breathe at Home.